Action.
Welcome to the Botcast. My name's John, this is Bill, this is Dan, Ash and Sam. Today we're going to do the World 11.
So we're starting with goalkeeper.
We're going to start with
I'm going to throw the first hat in there.
Go on.
I'm going to go with Buffon.
I agree.
I've got the same.
I have Buffon.
Well, this ain't very disgusting.
I agree.
The first one, is it?
I agree. I mean, there's great goalies, but for me, Buffon's the best. Some honourable mentions got to be. We can't just put it in. Peter Shilton, a fantastic goalie.
Peter
Schmeichel,
very good goalie.
Van der Sar.
Casillas was good, I think.
Casillas was good in his day.
Except for the tail end of his career, he got butchered by Mourinho.
Yeah.
Manuel Neuer.
Neuer. I always thought he was a little bit overrated. Great
He
goalie.
makes a few too many mistakes.
Yeah, great goalie. But I always thought he was a little bit overrated.
Yeah,
Neuer.
good saves.
Yeah, but good save, but he's also come out playing like this outfield player and getting caught.
Thinking he's a centre half, being a bit cocky.
Seen him do it a few times.
I wouldn't. He is a good goalie, but
Do you know if he kept his form, he would have been in the hat for that? But he didn't win nothing while he was doing it. It's De Gea. He was a great keeper.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
I mean, I'm a Man United hater, but he was a great keeper for quite a few years.
I'm just trying to think now.
But he's one of those that didn't transition with the time.
No.
What's
He's
the one
still
who
an
played for
old-fashioned
Liverpool and Spurs? The great goalie.
Recent time?
Right. I want to say around about the time of Shilton. Oh my God, I can't remember his name.
Gordon Banks.
No, I mean he would be. It's a little bit before our time, Gordon Banks, and a lot of older generation would say Banks. Ray Clements, fantastic goalie.
I didn't watch him.
Superb goalie.
I've seen the highlights here about it.
Yeah, he was great goalie. But for me, Buffon.
No one trumps it.
He's been around too long, done it at this level.
He's still playing now, isn't he?
Class.
You get more of a dominant keeper than Buffon. That was a nice quick one for the first
I
day.
feel that's as smooth as it's going to go
That's the
tonight.
easiest one we've had so far. So just to confirm, we are going 4-3-3, yeah?
Yeah. Right. Number 2, left back.
Ashley Cole. Got to be Ashley Cole.
Oh, I don't know.
Got to be Ashley Cole.
No, I don't. Fantastic, great player.
Got to be Ashley Cole.
I'll chuck a couple out. I mean, you've got Roberto Carlos. That's not my choice, but
Do you know
Roberto
one I
Carlos.
liked, but he just went off recently is Marcelo.
Marcelo, I was going to say.
Marcelo.
But he's not the greatest left back for me ever. Because he's
Brilliant
great from the offensive side.
Yeah.
I don't think he's great for the defensive
Yeah,
side.
but it's just what he offered, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a great player. The German left back, Bremer. He was better than Ashley Cole for me.
Depending where you see him play, you could say
left back.
Maldini.
Well, you could do. You could chuck him in at left back. So he played left back.
But I'd still have
He
Ashley Cole.
predominantly didn't play there though, did he?
I'd have Ashley Cole left back.
There's some greats in there.
Andy Liverpool hat, yeah, no, not Andy Robertson. Although I think he will go down as a great.
Bremer, I liked Bremer, I think, for Germany, West Germany, 1990. Goal scoring, scored the winning goal in the World Cup final.
I personally didn't watch him enough, so I can't go with it.
What's like the Brazil? There's bound to be another Brazilian one,
There's
isn't
not
there?
enough players, none of us know.
Well, I know of Carlos and I watched him play a lot, but I don't think he was the greatest ever.
No, I'd have Ashley Cole.
He had like
I'd
points
have
where
Ashley
he's the
Cole.
greatest, like ridiculous free kicks that curl at ridiculous angles, but like his overall play, I don't think he was the best left back ever.
Is what you looks at as well, because like I said, offensively, Marcelo pisses all over Ashley Cole.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at a left back is predominantly defending, then Ashley Cole.
But he could do a bit of both, Cole, couldn't he?
He was good
just
going forward.
He wasn't that good.
He was good though.
Yeah, he
He
wasn't
wasn't
bad.
like Marcelo
He was
level,
a
was
he was a different generation of footballer, wasn't he? They didn't.
Yeah, no, Carlos was before him. Well,
Yeah.
he's similar time.
Yeah, but he wasn't. I mean, did he even score a goal? I bet it was like 1 or 2 in his whole career.
I wouldn't imagine it was many.
It was. I know it wasn't. Then
I just love Marcelo, man. I think I might have Marcelo myself, but
It's awkward because I mean, you know, as I've said, he's one of my
Yes, God.
favourite footballers ever. I thought he was a fantastic footballer, Marcelo.
I'm actually in between those two, Marcelo.
It's just
and
a shame
Cole.
how he's like ended though, isn't it? Marcelo?
Yeah, he's been bad the past, what, like 5 years?
Yeah, how old is he now? He's getting old, isn't he? What's he, 30,
Probably
35,
getting close to
36?
40, ain't he,
No,
surely?
I didn't think so. 35, 36, I think.
Yeah, there ain't many of us could still be brilliant as we get older.
I beg to differ on that, Tom.
Some of us can't be brilliant in their own time.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's a hard one.
Is it only
Ashley
those
Cole.
sort of three?
Yeah.
Marcelo, Cole, Bremer. I can't go Bremer, I didn't watch them enough.
Nah,
Same way.
It's hard because
I'd
you've
still-
seen a lot more of those players than us.
yeah.
I'll take Ashley Cole over Marcelo.
Oh, it's
As
hard.
a
isn't it?
left back and defender.
It's hard if we're coming up against the top of the league and you think still they got a good winger. I'm Ashley Cole.
Yeah.
If you're
Yeah.
playing against a side who's like sort of similar, takes
Yeah.
Marcelo because of what he could bring. It's
He's
a hard
done
one.
it for so many years with Real Madrid, man.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying Ashley Cole did them with
Yeah, but in
Arsenal and Chelsea, but it's not.
like he did it in La Liga.
He done it
Barcelona.
Champions
Yeah, he done Champions League.
Yeah,
he won
but-
just the Liga. He got into anyone's team anyway.
Yeah.
Did he replace Ashley Cole? I don't reckon. Does Ashley Cole possibly replace him? I reckon he probably does.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I think he would.
Not in their primes, I don't think
I
so.
think he would.
But it's the only thing that it's got me with Marcelo is just.
As if you were signing one, you got a feeling if you got your side tonight, you're going out and signing one, money no object. Who'd you sign?
Ashley Cole.
Marcelo, I think.
I think on that basis, I go to Marcelo.
I think it just offers more.
Dan,
I know
you're,
that
the middle,
sounds
you're the
stupid.
middleman here because I'm probably going to go Ashley Cole.
Yeah,
if
it's
I had to
it's
sign
got
one
to be
today.
Ashley Cole.
Go
I've
Ashley
got
Cole,
I've got
right?
it down. So
You're too pre-planned.
Ashley Cole.
My mind could be changed depending on who you were chatting
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard because it is hard.
God.
It is hard.
But I probably did watch more of Marcelo than I did Ashley Cole, even though I predominantly watched the Prem.
Yeah,
He's never missed a Champions League game with Real Madrid.
I don't know.
He's one of them players. I think he could have played midfield, winger. I think he could have played anywhere. Marcelo.
Yeah, Ashley
He's
Cole was
that-
a left
that
back.
good. Yeah.
He couldn't play anywhere else. He was a left back.
And that's what we're picking in the left back.
True.
Yeah, but
I'm not worrying about what positions he could play. When you're talking about a world 11,
In that
you've got
position.
players ahead of him that's going to do the stuff going forward. You don't
Yeah,
need
what-
the left
what-
back
what-
to be fantastic going forward. You need the left back to defend.
Yeah, but we ain't setting our side up to be complementing each other. You're just talking pound for pound best players in that position.
yeah, then you could look at it the other way. If you're going from Ash's point of view, you're gonna have three of the best defenders next to him ever. So why not have another one attacking? That's what I think.
Well, it all depends who you pick as your right back, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, I think you just need to pick who you think is
I don't think
is
it's
there.
a wrong answer, is there? Let's be honest.
Is he the best left back ever?
No, but I think that about Ashley Cole is just it don't.
Because they didn't do it for England.
Yeah, but look how many players didn't do it for him.
Yeah, I get that, but
It ain't
like,
just down at Ashley Cole, was it?
no.
It feels like we're missing some of those.
Oh, it does to me. There's got to be
massive,
someone who's
a massive.
like none of
Left
those.
back.
I wouldn't say either of those two players, even Marcelo with his attacking,
Google it. Google
Was-
it. Just in
was-
case we're missing one.
was changing games by himself. Marcelo done it with great players around him. I don't think he walks
Yeah,
into
but
a
then
team.
yeah, but you would argue that against everyone in this list, wouldn't you? Like they all played in the best
No,
sides
so I
ever.
think if you talk of, I'm not going to mention names, but ex-midfielder, they changed the game by themselves.
Google it.
I'm not even on
left
about
backs.
you think I'm on about. I'm actually on about a French one, and he can
Yeah.
carry a game by himself.
We might get a shot down in the comment section from our thousands of subscribers if
For
we miss
missing
somebody
someone
out.
blatant.
So let's,
Who we missing, Bill?
I think when you
It's just
think
loaded on.
when you think back, like especially for me growing up, and they said left back.
I mean, if we
it's
have to
Ashley
Google
Cole.
them, they can't be that great.
Yeah.
Sure.
Unless you're talking about players like before. Or something.
Yeah, going back into the like.
yeah, I think
50s.
we're going to pick players like
The only
within
other
our
left-
times.
This is
The only other left
Corliss
back-
or Maldini for the left back.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
I'm going to go Cole. I have to.
I'll go
I'm
Marcelo.
going Cole.
I'm having Marcelo.
Cole.
Ashley Cole it is.
fuck's sake, you don't know.
I just noticed I'm writing the team sheet different to everyone else.
Right back.
Oh,
Oh, there's a lot of good right back.
Yeah,
there
I
is.
would throw one name in the hat, although he changed position throughout his career, is Philip Lahm.
Yeah,
I think he's a great
He
right
is a
back.
great player. Great
Greatest
player.
though.
I'm gonna throw.
God, he's up there. You've got Danny Alves.
Danny
That's
Alves
mine,
was
Danny
one of
Alves.
my favourites.
Like,
I gotta admit.
Cafu.
it's hard because you're going back to the who's a better defender than attacker again.
Yeah.
At the end of the
Yeah.
day, in their generation, I think Danny Alves changed the role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He literally changed that role
Yeah.
of a right back's more of a.
That's
right
why I
mid.
said it depends on when you said Marcelo left back, who you have for
Yeah.
right back, because for me, I thought Danny Alves used to bomb forward more than Marcelo. He was just like a flying winger, wasn't he, at times? But
I think
there's
what-
two. Carlos
Oh,
Salvador.
Cafu.
Cafu's
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Usually the
He's
argument
out.
is between Alves and Cafu, isn't it? That's what I use.
That's the two big ones, isn't it? Cafu.
I can't see how Philip Lahm can be considered a
The
big-
one I always
He'd be
goes to
considered,
is
but is he really a right back?
not in so much in the world 11. Like Gary Neville, I thought was a brilliant right back.
He was brilliant.
In the Prem 11, I'd be arguing with him, but is in terms of international,
Yeah, he's not on there.
I'm
is
not
he?
going to pick him up over
He's not on their level.
Cafu or Danny Alves. Philip Lahm, even like you said, what a player he was. Philip Lahm. There's
There's a
few
current
there.
player reminds me of him, Kimmich.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
similar
another good
style
player.
player. Although I think Philip Lahm is better than him.
Yeah, I think so.
Are we missing any right backs?
Google.
There's more than
He's Statman on the
Statman
Statman
you're
Jack.
looking at right backs of world football.
Carl Walker not there?
No.
Not for the great.
Where would yourself?
I gotta say,
Barely
I do
said
think
it.
he's a great right back. I'm not
W-
gonna lie, I actually do. Because people say, "Oh, Carl Walker without his pace isn't a great player." Yeah, he's got pace.
Yeah.
I
That's a
think
ridiculous
he's
comment.
underrated. Carl
Oh, I do.
Walker.
He's
I think he's
massive.
recognised as a good player, but I think he's underrated.
No way.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
No way. You can't be under.
The argument I always hear for him is if he didn't have pace.
Yeah.
He has got pace. That's like saying,
If I never had a left foot, I'd fall over more.
yeah, it's just
I'm not
ridiculous.
having
If Messi couldn't dribble, he's not a good player.
Yeah.
He can dribble.
No, I ain't
So
saying
it's-
he's in the world 11, but
He's
he's
nowhere near
an
it.
underrated player.
Never near
He's
it.
an
Yeah,
underrated
we're
player.
about
I
You
don't
forget
think
how good he
he's
was
in,
with
like-
Tottenham.
I think he's
Everybody
in probably top
thinks
20
Man
right
City.
backs. He was above it.
Top 20, I think.
I would say he's in top 20.
Big spectrum, isn't it?
Oh, not really.
For me, I think I'm going to go with Danny Alves for my right back.
I can't argue against
Oh,
it.
no.
Unless we
Danny
miss someone
Alves.
blatantly obvious in this all-time best right back.
I think like like you said, Cafu, Carlos Alberto, Cafu, I mean, fucking legendary, wasn't he?
Summer Royale.
Taram. No. He's nowhere near him.
No.
Not close, is he?
No. Oh, not Zanetti. Zanetti, forgot Zanetti. Well, he's good.
But
yeah.
is he a bit of like your Philip Lahm?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He plays a bit of everywhere and
Yeah. Good player, though, Zanetti.
Yeah,
Very
very
good
good
player.
Alves over.
very, very good player.
Zambrota, yeah, good player.
Player. I don't think he's better than Danny Alves.
No. Danny Alves, for me.
I'm going Danny Alves
Still
still.
having Danny Alves.
I'd have Cafu, but I'm happy with Alves as well.
What's your
Oh,
opinion?
oh.
Give your opinion on that. Danny Alves. Done.
Is it, or is that just the easy option?
Easy option.
He had Carl Walker, didn't he?
He didn't know who the other bloke was, did he?
Did you have Gary Neville?
I
Did you?
did, yeah.
That's the greatest ever.
Yeah.
I couldn't put him there.
It was like Ram or Carl Walker.
It's one of they though with the left backs is like, and that's why it's the testament of the players. It's like you pick Ashley Cole, Marcelo. Give me one of them, I don't care. And it's the same with Cafu, like Danny Alves.
The
You
two
pick, I don't
players-
care who you're giving me.
Yeah.
They're absolute legends.
The two ones coming up now is going to be hard.
I think that Gary Neville's got a big shank with the right back, but I
It's
watched
just
quite a
like-
bit of him growing up, and
Yeah.
he was a good player, but I don't think he was particularly great at anything.
No, he was a good, solid.
He was just good at everything.
For England, I thought he was brilliant. Never let England down.
He never had a 3 out of
his
10,
job
did
was
he?
he had Beckham in front of him. It was
Get the
do
ball
your
to
job,
Beckham.
do your job with Beckham. Overlap.
Good player, man.
But yeah, no, he was a really good player, Gary Neville.
Oh, yeah, if the team growing up,
Yeah.
you couldn't knock the players.
Yeah, I didn't like him. I don't like Man United, and I don't really like him. But
Yeah, you can't
he,
knock a
he
great
was
player.
a good
whether
player.
it's
He's a
one.
good player.
Yeah. Right, so we're done.
Centre backs.
See how
First one.
From my
We all.
It's
Maldini.
Maldini.
Agreed.
I didn't pick him. But,
Do you even know who he is?
no.
Who's
No, but yeah,
who's one of yours?
I picked Sergio Ramos. For one
Good
of mine.
defender. Great defender. Great player. Again, you're talking like Marcelo.
there.
No, you're talking like Ashley Cole or Marcelo, Dani Alves. He's probably one of the only centre backs where you could say they used to just bomb forward, score 20 odd goals as a centre half. That can't be said too many times in world football,
About
in the
anyone.
history of football.
About anyone.
Was he a bit
It's almost
suspect?
whatever
That's what I
level.
said. A bit suspect at the back sometimes, but because of output. But would you? I'd be happy to accept that for 20 odd goals or 15 goals a season.
People want that out of strikers.
That's what I said. I think it's easy to dismiss him because they're probably like pound for pound might be a technically better defenders, but
They want better
Yeah, but
goals.
Goal
he
scorers.
was like bad at defending, though, was it?
no, he wasn't
so-
bad. No, he wasn't the
obviously,
greatest.
like, when you're comparing him to like Maldini, he's not.
No, but then like I said, Maldini, like for me, streets ahead of Ramos. But then Maldini
Don't
might
score.
score 3 goals a year.
You've got to
Five
bear in
goals
mind
a
what is the objective of a football game.
That's what I said.
Is it to
It's-
stop a goal or to score one?
I think Maldini's carried. I think there's 4 of us in there already with Maldini. So we're
Yeah.
now talking about the
Who's on
remaining
whose
one
level?
position.
Is a different.
And Ramos got to be considered because he's iconic. He's a legend of the game. He's won how many trophies? Played for the top against the best. He's definitely in there.
Player as well.
He's
let's be
definitely in there.
Stupid Matt red cards.
honest.
Yeah.
For a bit of input, damn that.
Yeah, there you go.
And he's
My knowledge.
Right, so I'm just going to write these down. So we all saying Ramos, yeah? No, no I'm just going to write down some names, what we're thinking. So,
John Terry.
John Terry, let's get you out of the fucking way, John Terry. I knew he was going to bring you up.
People's going to make stupid faces, but
Do you want my one?
Go on.
I think Cannavaro myself.
Well, we could talk through them all, and like starting with Ash is John Terry. I mean, don't get me wrong. For me, John Terry gets nowhere fucking near this time. Nowhere near. Is he a world class defender? He was a fantastic defender. So I'm not doing him wrong like he's a joke player. He was a great defender. He just don't make the world 11 for me. But a great leader, a great captain. I don't think I ever saw a game where he didn't give his all. John Terry, he's again like Ramos. He deserves to be talked about, definitely.
got a good few goals every year as well, man.
He would have
JT.
he'd have got into most sides in the world at this point. He would have.
Well, no, I don't
He would
agree.
have.
I don't agree with that because I can name about 4 or
I
5
do
that's
agree.
better.
I think he
He
gets
would
it.
have walked into almost every side.
No chance.
Walked in's a bit of a
Not walk,
exaggeration.
but I think he gets in the walk. What? Exaggeration?
I wouldn't. For me,
Yeah, but
you
he's
don't.
not
If
naming
you're
the sides
talking
at the
one
time.
defender and if you don't make the
Name the
substance.
sides at the time.
Chelsea were one of the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man United, he didn't walk in that.
He'd have got him Man United.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He might have, but like
I don't think he
yeah,
walks
say
in
it's
there.
like he fucking songs and just gets the.
You
start
don't just
position
kick
straight
out
away.
Vidic and Ferdinand. I
Yeah,
think he's
that's
better
what I'm
than
saying.
Ferdinand. Vidic in 1 or 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Very, very good mind. Very good. I don't
That's
think
what
he
I'm
makes the
saying, you don't
greatest
just
11 ever.
walk in.
I think there's for me, and if this ain't on my list, I think there's better players like Yap Stam. I think there's better than Terry. Not much, and
The
only
again,
thing
one
with
day
Yap
I'm
Stam,
not worried.
I
if
watched
you
like
pick.
the tail end of his, not the tail end of his career, but not a lot of his career at Man United. I didn't watch much personally. Going off some like YouTube clip, you can't say, oh yeah, he's the best ever because I watched 5 minutes of it.
That's one of my picks. I don't know who I'm going to pick, but there's 2. One, I got to just put his name out there, is Costa Curta. He couldn't get in the AC Milan side because they had Baresi and Maldini, but what a centre-half he was. Costa Curta played for Italy. But Franco Baresi, I mean, he's next level.
Beckenbauer.
Beckham.
I didn't see
the
it
only
before.
reason that Beckenbauer was just a bit before my time. I think from what you hear, I think if we'd have all seen Beckenbauer, I don't even think we are
Good
close.
question. John Terry or Bobby Moore?
John Terry, because I've never seen Bobby Moore.
Yeah,
Mine's
he knows like about him.
Yeah, but
and
I can't,
clips.
I seen him play in a charity match, Bobby
How
Moore,
old was
but
he?
he was 40s.
Yeah.
Again, for the same reason as
I
Beckenbauer.
can only base it off.
Yeah,
like
you got to
what
be able
I've
to see
seen,
him.
what I've watched,
Yeah.
like clips and talking enough. I've got
Yeah.
to see the player myself to see it.
No, because I think if it was going back, I think Franz Beckenbauer gets in probably over Maldini from what I've seen of him in things and what you hear some people for us. Darren's always like the go, but it got to be what you've seen. But there's two for me. It's Franco Baresi, and I think I'm just going to pick somebody ahead of him. Is the little small one for Italy, Cannavaro.
I've got to throw his name in there again, and it's Chiellini.
Chiellini, what a player! Better than John Terry.
For what I've seen
For me,
of Chiellini,
better than John Terry.
He is good. He is
Chiellini is.
Look at the age he done it up to as well. You're not talking like a 10-year career.
world-class-
This bloke done it for like
world-class
20
defender.
years of
World class.
15, 20 years of not a heartbeat missed. He's just on his game every game.
Well, I
That's
think
what
you
it
see,
takes.
like even I know it's like against England, he pulls Saka
Yeah.
back and all that, but you had Bonucci and Chiellini, their pace, their legs was done.
Yeah.
But
So
they still
It's
manage
smart,
people.
though,
They-
isn't it?
game after game, they manage people
They've
with
got
no
a
legs.
20-year-old very fast.
Absolute legend, and he could easily be in there, Chiellini.
Yeah. But then it's like,
Class.
I know it's looking at that argument. If you're throwing Chiellini in there, I think Thiago Silva gets
Oh,
in there.
shut up, Bill.
Thiago
Chiellini's not
Silva.
the same level as Thiago Silva.
What?
Chiellini ain't the same level as
No,
Thiago
correct. Thiago Silva pisses all over John Terry.
No
Pisses,
way.
not even close.
No
Not
way.
even close.
He's off his nut.
Not even close. It's not even close.
Fucking nut.
It's like
No
it's like
chance. No chance.
Ian Wright
So
versus Pele.
This is the Gilberson's opinions on this Thiago Silva
Yeah,
thing,
but
right?
here
Where
we are.
has he done this?
AC Milan, Barcelona.
Yeah.
He didn't play for Barcelona.
PSG.
is good.
Yeah,
PSG, come on.
Yeah, but it's like
Look
the
at the
games-
league.
Brazil.
Yeah, no,
Turns
but
up in Champions League and they get knocked out. People go on about Marquinhos now like he's some great player.
No,
Marquinhos
but
is poor.
Yeah,
I wouldn't-
I know that.
But he looks
I-
good
yeah.
playing for PSG.
But he's like I still watches him at Chelsea now, where he's 35, injury just prone galore, isn't he?
No, that for you.
And he's
Thiago
still
Silva,
fucking
yeah,
best
he's done
player
it.
on
Done
the
it.
pitch.
Serie A, La Liga.
It's just-
And
I mean,
it's
Serie A,
Brazil.
how much have I watched? I mean, they've got 4 teams, haven't they, in Serie A?
Yeah, not back in his day, man. And you don't play for AC Milan
yeah,
unless you're a top defender.
Back in his day.
What?
It's only the past 10 years.
Back in his
isn't
day.
What? When Thiago Silva played in Serie A, Juventus won it every year.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, he did.
No, they didn't. He
Yeah,
fucking won it
did.
with AC Milan.
No way.
You're talking 15 years ago, man.
No. Thiago
Yes.
Silva.
Well, you could say no, but
He's
that's
like
factually
6 or
correct.
7, isn't
It's 100%. Thiago Silva's one of the greatest
One of
defenders
the top
ever.
league, was it?
it? I can't
What,
agree
Serie
with
A?
that.
No way.
I can't.
Well, I don't know what you're on
At the
about.
time.
That was the league.
No, it wasn't. Not when Thiago Silva.
That was the
there.
league.
That
That's
was
they
the
all
AC
flocked to.
Milan.
Was the Serie A?
Not when
That was-
Thiago Silva was there. I'm not having
Fucking
We need
argue
Statman
it. That
Jack for this.
that was the league where where the money was, not
No.
the Premier League.
No.
It was Serie A.
No, it
Yeah,
wasn't.
it fucking was. I was alive and fucking
Wow.
watched it.
language, lads. Come on.
Serie A was the league where the money went. David Platt went there for the
Jack's
money.
meant to say
It went to Barry. That was the league to go to.
Going over to Stat My Jack.
Ronaldo, R9, went to Italy,
Thiago Silva.
Inter Milan.
I mean, Thiago
Well-
Silva is not in it for me at all.
No,
He's
no,
not
no.
even close.
I can't
Yeah, I don't
believe.
care.
I'm
And
shocked.
And this
I'm
was like,
shocked.
I'm not
No,
shocked
no,
of
no.
Ash because he had a clue about football.
You
But with you, I was so surprised.
I was
especially
surprised
being
with
like
Sam.
a defender.
I was
It's just how you picked Terry versus Thiago Silva.
Every day of the week.
Thiago
Okay.
Silva.
If
Every
I got
day
my
of the
back four and I could pick anyone, he is nowhere. He's not even close.
Yes.
He's just not even close.
For me, honestly, it's like comparing like a bang average Jamie Vardy versus Pele. That's for John Terry and Thiago Silva. That's how I view the difference.
I wouldn't go that far.
I mean,
Well, it is because I watched him
I've
in
not
World
watched
Cups.
Thiago Silva enough, but what I've watched, he's alright. I don't
Yeah, but
see
if-
much else.
If
Like,
you
don't
yeah,
walk
because
in
if you
anyone's
watch him from like
shoes.
31 to 35, I still think he's a great defender.
I think he's good.
But
I think he gets in any team in Prem now.
I think he gets in the argument at the world time 11.
I don't think he does.
Nowhere near it.
I don't think he gets.
Don't listen to you. You don't even recognise stuff.
Nowhere near it, is he?
Like, the thing is, you can say, oh yeah, he gets in like Man City's team, but like pound for pound, Man City's centre backs ain't great, really.
No.
Yeah, that I understand, but I think he gets in Liverpool.
Prime Thiago Silva gets in any side of the world.
Liverpool's in front of Kanate and Van Dijk now. No way.
What, Thiago Silva?
No.
Oh my fucking
I don't
God.
know about that.
Legs now in the Prem, he's nowhere near it. Not even.
Oh, not now at 35, 36.
Oh,
I'm
he's
talking
prime.
prime. Yeah, that's what I was on about,
Kanate
prime.
now.
Definitely not. Not even close.
Oh yeah, I don't know so much
Pace and
about
power,
now.
just nowhere.
Yeah, because
Sound
it
out
do
of
get
fucking clue, bro.
it do get caught. So I'm not arguing that. I'm talking prime. Like
I don't
this
have
is
a clue.
prime.
Let's hear the. I love Kante. We'll get there.
No, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, no way.
I don't get that. I really don't.
Well,
when
it's-
you compare him with John Terry, I just
You will. The only thing I can think is you ain't watched him. That's the only.
Well, I haven't watched him enough.
the
That's,
only
I'm
thing.
going to be completely honest. I've watched him a bit at Chelsea, alright, a few Champions League games and that, but in general, I've not watched him. And when I have watched him, do I think, oh my god, he's great now?
No, and I don't think you would the last couple of years. I said
No,
I
but
mentioned
I'm talking
to you.
Even when he's
honestly,
at PSG, I mean, they got
I watch him
terrorised
at
by
Chelsea
people.
now when he plays.
Oh
crap,
yeah, but
it's
he's
not a lot.
So how old was he at PSG?
Well, I don't know,
Prime.
he's been there
Gotta
4 or
be
5 years.
Prom
No, he's
Thiago
not.
Silva.
How old is he now? He's about 37, 38,
Yeah.
isn't he?
He's been at Chelsea.
Statman Jackson, can you please have the age of Thiago Silva and his age span of playing for PSG?
I've seen him. There ain't many players. Maldini was one when I watched Maldini, but Thiago Silva was the one, and probably Cannavaro. What you stands, for me,
Cannavaro's
was
good.
like fucking hell. These are next level players.
Because Cannavaro was very, very good. I mean, I'm not going to put Terry in my greatest 11. He fits my Prem team. He does not fit the greatest 11.
Yeah, I think there's an argument for Prem. Not
greatest
not when
11.
we've got
No,
He's
the
in
likes of
He's
Ramos,
in the conversation.
I don't think so.
the Odom Braze. I mean, you look like a
See,
tramp,
again, like,
Braze.
I've heard he's great, but I've not seen he's great.
Well, that's
So I
it.
can't
Yeah, because he was
say.
when Maldini was young. He was a bit.
He
that
was
bit
older, wasn't he?
and he looked like a tramp. Like
And I mean,
he
I
just
didn't
turned
really
up.
see Maldini when he was young. I seen him
Yeah.
like prime. I didn't see young Maldini. I've seen clips of it.
It's hard. I can't overpick anybody over Brazy, but
centre
I
back
can't chuck.
Pepe.
Yeah, he's been a
He's
good
a bloody player.
I'm
man.
telling
Not world level, obviously not.
He is a
If you
very
want to
good
bring
centre
up,
back.
if you want to bring up Pepe and that, then you need to put Nesta on the list.
Yeah, great
Yeah.
defender.
You need to put
Nesta.
Nesta on the list.
Yeah, great
I
defender.
don't get
Him
when
and
people
Maldini
put him in
together.
as like in the like greatest 11 ever.
Yeah, he was good, man. He was good.
He wasn't
Nesta.
that good though, was he?
Yeah.
Nesta.
Yeah, but if you're bringing Pepe up,
Yeah,
No,
for me,
no,
he
I
holds
said that
he
I
holds
don't
his
get
own.
it.
He
I
holds
just
his
said
own
he's
with Pepe,
unrated.
definitely.
Oh, I think he's probably
he's
above him.
better than Pepe. Yeah.
Then I mean, you got the others as well. What I loved was Puyol. I ain't putting him in 11, but I thought he was a
player,
great centre half.
Very good
Just
player.
a great.
Carvalho.
Similar to Terry, you're just better with them in your team because of what they bring.
Their leadership. It's not
never
just their
said that-
attitude.
Yeah, it was just.
That's the thing with Terry is I'm not saying he's the best sort of ball playing, ball winning, goal scoring centre back, but what he brought.
Yeah, he
to
was
a Chelsea
definitely
team.
the presence.
He
the
never
aura
done
of
it in England enough to drag the team because they had so many people who were that role.
Yeah,
Right, so Thiago Silva is 38 and he was 28 when he joined PSG.
So prime at PSG.
How long was he at AC Milan?
oh wow, she's dissing Syria.
It wasn't that great when Silva was there, I'll tell
He
you.
was there from
What,
2009 to 2012.
3 years.
That was the one. You like
So
even
from
Gasso
28
went
to
to
31.
to Lazio.
It wasn't there.
But you can't just say it wasn't
Syria
there. That's like
was
saying
there.
that the lights ain't on when they are. Just because you're saying they ain't on, I don't want to say they're. I was alive. I watched the Serie A. They all flocked to Serie A.
yeah.
That was the money. That was the money place to go.
D-Lit's pick.
Mine was Ramos, wasn't it? But
Oh yeah.
We have completely moved away from
Who's
chatting about Ramos. I mean, he is in there with him. There's so many.
There's so many.
I don't know. You can't have the argument for Ramos.
I would have Ramos over Terry, and it sounds like I'm slagging Terry off. I'm not. I think he's a brilliant player.
He don't need a whole 11 for me, Monty Terry.
Ramos, I'd have over Terry. Thiago Silva, I'd have over. For me, it's either Silva or
Cannavaro.
It's got to be Cannavaro.
But I just think so I'm leaving Brazy out. Like I remember Brazy, how good he was. That's
if I
what
could pick one tomorrow, do I pick Cannavaro over Chiellini, man? I don't know if I do.
And that's another
I don't think I do, man.
He's brilliant. Chiellini's
Yeah, he
brilliant.
is. He is. Don't get me wrong, but
Chiellini, I think he's got a good argument for that greatest of ever.
You've got to remember,
He's won it all, he's done it all,
Cannavaro won the Ballon d'Or, only defender.
Yeah.
isn't he?
That's what I was about to say.
There's only two a defender won 2 Ballon d'Ors. Can you tell me?
is it like that ultimate Ballon d'Or or something?
The German
No,
one,
no,
innit?
proper 2 Ballon d'Ors he won.
The German one, isn't it?
Is it
Oh, what's his name? Lou?
No.
No, it's not Lou from the...
We said it more now.
Beckenbauer.
Beckenbauer.
No, I didn't know he did it.
Won 2 Ballon
Are
d'Ors.
we missing
I think.
anyone blatant? Statman Jack, greatest centre backs of all time.
According to the list, top of it is VVD.
Go away.
That's got to be.
I
Look,
mean,
No,
that's
I got
a-
the only thing I would
He's
say.
played
Go
better than
away.
most of them for 3 seasons.
If you
He's
would
never done it.
that's
all.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying. If he hit that height over
10
8,
years
9
ago.
years ago, I think there was an absolute shot.
Yeah.
this is like what
But
I'm going to
Actually,
say.
it wasn't 3 years. He done it for
I
4.
never seen Maldini enough, but I've never seen no one close to Van Dijk in his prime.
No.
I'll tell
It's
you one...
just-
Yeah,
it's
I've seen
fantastic.
a couple.
I mean, the problem is you can sign Maldini at 31, 32
Yeah.
and he stays in your team.
Yeah.
Do you sign Van Dijk now? I don't.
That's the thing, yeah.
I don't. What he's produced the past 12 months has been bad.
I mean, we skipped a lot with Maldini because we all just agreed as well. If you're ever watching in, or all the thousands of viewers, have a look what a good player he was. Forget his defending, how good he was on the ball and coming out as well. He was a
Yeah.
But when you talk about centre
world
class, ultimate, everyone goes to
Yeah, I think
Maldini,
so.
don't
And
they?
do you know another reason why Van Dijk's not in the talk? Because of Man City. So if Liverpool
Yeah,
won
I know
4
what you mean.
titles, if Liverpool won 3 Champions Leagues,
Yeah.
and he was the leader behind
Yeah.
it all, and he wouldn't be in the talk now, he'd be in the talk in 10 years.
yeah.
When he's not
Probably.
in it.
Yeah, I got to admit that sort of peak 2.5 years what I've seen, he looked
Well,
he
4
just
years
looked
now.
unplayable. Like you was never going to get past him.
He was good.
But for any of this, like,
But he's not in it. He's not in it. I'm a hardcore Liverpool fan.
Do you know what I
He's
says?
just
And I'm not
in
saying
it.
world 11, and I seems to be the only person on the planet who fights for this bloke, Sol Campbell. I thought he was
He's a
so
good
good
player,
at the time. My opinion was he was better than Rio and Terry at the time.
But he was at the tail end while they were coming through,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
But I seen
I
him
told her Saul Campbell and them too. He's quite
a
big.
few
isn't he?
years, I think.
It's like the youth were
I
just
know when
coming
we
through,
played
he's
France
like,
in the
gosh.
World Cup, and he was like, "Oh, Henry's going to do this, Zidane," and I was like, "He won't get a kick. He won't." Campbell. Campbell's too fast, too strong, and he
Well,
did.
it's powerful,
He did.
man.
I had an England
But-
shirt with his name on.
Yeah, he don't never seem to get mentioned because the 2 English centre halves, it was always Rio Ferdinand and John Terry, and I would have had Sol Campbell. And as a Spurs fan, I fucking hate Sol Campbell.
Yeah.
But you
Sol Campbell's a
got to
very good player,
recognise
man.
his talent. But I thought he had it all. He was quick, built like a fucking ox.
Very, very good player.
That's like when Deadly King come through. I thought he was like a mirror image, not as good as Sol Campbell, but that sort of mirror image, like same stamp, quick.
Didn't like Sol Campbell.
But
Strong, powerful.
yeah, but I don't never hear anybody say about him.
He's a bit like a Yaya Toure, but a centre back.
Yeah.
He's just
Like
so
Kobe
powerful.
Toure.
Not like Kobe Toure, no.
The thing what let Campbell down really had Rio coming out with the ball, cool as you like, explain it. That wasn't Campbell's game,
No.
but as a centre half,
Yeah.
like he kept some top
Jack, are we
players.
missing anybody else blatant before we make a decision?
Brighton won.
But I wouldn't listen to this list because they've got Maguire on there as well.
Harry Maguire.
You read that, you?
No.
Definitely you.
Right.
Right, is it?
Oh.
I'm going
I've got no
Cannavaro.
argument against it.
I'm going Cannavaro.
Like the others, I've got arguments against because I haven't seen them. I mean, there's not an argument against Thiago Silva, he's just not in it.
So who are you going with? Did you go Cannavaro as well?
I'd quite happily go with it.
Oh.
I mean, my choice is actually Chiellini, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
My choice is Chiellini.
Yes, it is.
But I've
It's
got
a
nothing
definite
against
shout.
Cannavaro.
I'm willing to sacrifice
Um,
Cannavaro for
I'm going to stick to my guns and go Thiago Silva, but Cannavaro gets in over because of the vote.
Well, I'll tell you what I might pick Thiago Silva.
Oh, fuck me.
I'm
That is just ridiculous.
my
Cannavaro.
editing tomorrow. I'm going to spend 3 hours and send you footage of Thiago Silva. And you'll be like,
Playing against people who don't play football.
no, but I'm going to for
Right.
AC Milan, and you'll be like, do you know what? John was right again, and I'll be like, thank you very much.
That's what he's the gaff.
All the viewers.
It's hard, right? Because you talk about AC Milan, yeah. Look at the team they had. So it's like saying John Stones is one of the best centre backs ever. No, he's part of a great team.
Yeah.
He's not the great team.
No, but I've seen him do it in Brazil. He's
Brazil
class.
win much with him?
No.
I don't think
Yeah,
they won it.
they won 9 World Cups with him in.
Stupid stat. I mean, they
No,
won.
Ash was triggered then for 10 seconds when he.
Can we move on to the midfield?
Yeah.
So Cannavaro's Maldini, Cannavaro.
Right, first midfielder, Zidane.
Oh,
Got to be in the
he's
team.
in it for me.
Got to be in the team.
Oh, I don't.
Nah, it's got to
He's
be
in
in
mine.
there.
Yeah, I don't.
It's Zidane and 2 others. It's got to be.
For me, Zidane is the best midfielder I've ever seen. I don't see anyone better. Alright, defensively, no, he's not in there. Everything else.
For that,
Yeah, but this you got 3 rings. You could pick 3
Yeah.
Zidanes going forward. You
Yeah.
don't have to have an holding midfielder or defensive.
For me, he's
midfielder.
in it as well.
Got
Just
to be
not
Zidane.
even close.
I just don't want to commit yet. I just want to
He's
get my
not-
money.
I'm committed to him.
He's the same.
I
When
just
you
want
think
to
of
think.
centre backs and everyone says Maldini, you says midfielder, people say Zidane.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm going against him, but I just want to think just in case.
Oh, I'm going for Zidane. I'm having Zidane in there.
I don't know. Because I just thought of 2 equally world class, for me, one of the greats, Iniesta and Xavi.
I think
Iniesta and Xavi, very. Oh, God.
Not
Does.
Zidane.
Pirlo.
No, it's a-
I think they was better
Not
better
Zidane.
footballers than
Oh,
Zidane,
no.
but Zidane was the better, I'd say.
The
people
flair.
understand. Yeah,
So
100%.
he could do things Zidane would have bought that he could only dream of.
Yeah, but so.
So
yeah, but they-
watch him against Brazil.
Well, I agree with you because of the
It's
technique of
probably
it,
six.
but I'd argue Xavi and Iniesta didn't need to do that because they was
I mean,
better
people go on
footballers.
about how skillful and everything Neymar is. I mean, Zidane had that. He had power. He had the passing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's just he had it all.
yeah, he did.
His goal in the Champions League final.
He had the aggression. He just
Yeah,
had
great technique.
Everything.
Great technique.
He had the best head ever. Everyone's seen the header, and it wasn't at a ball.
I can remember I was just sipping a cup of tea when it happened. I was like, what the
Sit
fuck's
down.
happened there?
Talk about my mum, whoever he talks about. Yeah, he's in it for me as well. It's just not
I
even.
gotta be having
I would,
cannot
have,
not
I
be
would
in
have
it.
honestly have it. Yeah.
I suppose you would have Kante over.
Yeah, but we got 3,
Zidane,
haven't we?
Bill.
We got 3 players to pick for. There's nothing to say Iniesta,
Zidane-
Pirlo, and all that
Zidane's
still don't get in. But
Pirlo's good. They're in much better.
he's one of my favourites, Pirlo.
I mean, he wasn't even aggressive or stuck into challenges massive, but he just dictated the entire.
I've never seen a player in the history of football have so much time on the ball.
Did he even
Pirlo.
run?
That's what I said. He wasn't fast, but in terms of, not you've heard me say this, if you're watching a player and learning how to get space, forget Zidane's, watch Pirlo because he was just in so much time and space.
I don't feel I've
It
ever
was
seen him
frightening.
sprint.
I'm technically fantastic footballer. Yeah, I think this is where it's going to be hard.
You've got 3 midfielders.
Oh, you picked one already.
Right, so we got Zidane so far into Pirlo. Iniesta, Xavi. I got to put Xavi in as well. Modric is that
I'd
right?
go him right now. I don't think he gets in if they roll it out.
A great player, mine, Modric.
I mean, you can't say Modric is at that level.
Oh,
You just
I
can't.
genuinely think he's better than Zidane.
It's ridiculous. Your knowledge of football is shocking.
The Thiago Silva,
Honestly,
the
I
Modric
don't-
over Zidane is ridiculous.
I think Modric
This-
should have an argument as the greatest midfielder ever, man.
I just can. I don't know what you're eating and drinking, but I can.
I don't get it.
I don't.
Apart from the World Cup,
I don't know if you've
Euros,
only
which
watched Tottenham
he's carried
and Real
his
Madrid.
sides to the finals. He's won everything. Granted, so has Zidane. He's won a Ballon d'Or, which he beat the greatest player ever to, man.
Not in their prime.
He wasn't in his prime, Modric.
No, but then his competition wasn't as high, and because of what he won with his team.
For me, I
somewhat
think
Croatia.
Modric should be discussed. That is same as we've discussed Ramos. I think he's worthy of a
He's a
discussion.
great player, but
Well, he's not as
near it.
flowery as Zidane, obviously
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
I think he's a better footballer.
No, but then like
I think
Iniesta
so.
wasn't. Iniesta
Yeah, but if
was
you
fine,
want to
but-
player in Modric's mould, you pick Iniesta.
Yeah, he did.
I think Modric's going to be better than Iniesta.
No,
I think
I can't
Iniesta's
have that. I
better.
can't fucking have that. I was defending you then, but I ain't having that. Not Iniesta. Iniesta. No. I mean, it's your own opinion, and I think
Modric
he's
is
worthy
good,
of a
but
discussion. I
don't
really
think
do,
he's at
but
that older level. I just don't see
Can't.
it.
Looking
Too
at the
many
list,
players.
apart from Iniesta, they're all in the top 10. Everyone you've named.
Because they're all great players, but I just don't
Yeah.
think he's.
there it is.
Like, if I get to Son 1 tomorrow in their prime, it is not Modric.
No.
It is just not.
No,
Would I take Iniesta? Yes. Would I take Zidane? Yes. Out of those two, probably is Zidane for me. But Iniesta is a hard.
Yeah.
If they were the same price, I'd take either.
Yeah.
But Modric is not in
Do you
it.
know who's number 6?
Yeah.
Gerrard.
Yeah, but I don't.
He's in,
I'm his
he's-
biggest fan
he's
ever.
In there, he's in there with a
Well,
shout.
again, I think he's worthy of a
He's
chat.
definitely in there
I
with
don't
a
think he
shout.
makes it.
My Liverpool biasness takes me towards him, but I don't think he makes the greatest 11 either. I actually don't.
Nor me.
But
A great player.
But if you're mentioning Gerrard, you've got to say about Scholes and Lampard.
Scholes for me not.
You've got to say
Because
about
Scholes, the
Lampard.
role of Scholes was Iniesta's role, and he's just nowhere near it. It was a similar role, dictate the game, and I mean Iniesta just done everything Scholes done, but more and better.
Yeah. But then again, Lampard, play-wise, you'd
Look
say
at the
no, but
goals.
then look at the goals. That's worthy of a...
I
Of a
don't
discussion.
think it makes him in the top 11.
No, it probably don't, but in the discussion of them, you can't score that many goals as a midfielder and not make the discussion.
Yeah.
What did he... 230, something like that goals, was it? Somewhat ridiculous one out. I can't remember that exact
Yeah.
figure,
Zero
but...
to 200, wasn't it?
Who else is in the top 10 on
Ridiculous
this?
figures
I
for a
got-
midfielder.
So my other one's De Bruyne.
I think,
think
again,
he's
I think he's a
not
great
yet.
player.
I think he's in this talk in 10 years.
Yeah.
But I don't think
Because he's still doing it.
Yeah.
I think worth pound for pound, if you're talking, I think he matches a lot of these. But like you said, you probably
The only
what
thing is-
5 years for Man City where he's been like on
It's
it.
longer than that, is it not? It's probably 7 or something.
Since
Never
he's been
mind.
there, really, innit?
He's done it since he's been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you only been.
I'll
there
tell you
about
what,
5
if
years.
you're talking about, if we're talking about attacking midfielders, but if you have 3 in and you want defensive midfielders, you've got to put like Busquets and Macanelli in.
Oh, I just
That's not.
I just thought of a midfielder, and he's getting in. My team, Lothar Matthäus, one of the best players ever.
I can't comment on him.
He, for me, how you went with Zidane, got to be Matthäus, got to be because he was that good. I think he won a couple of Ballon
Never
d'Ors.
mind, just saying. He's got to get voted in.
No, but for me, in terms of one of my
I had
selections,
Matthias in mind, to be fair.
Matthäus was.
But I
Oh
didn't
my
want to
god!
say it in case everyone started.
You could have had him as a centre half, but he was older. But in his 1990 comp of West Germany, winning the World
These two are
Cup.
like twins, aren't they?
We fucking lose football, that's what.
No, you listen to John and do as you're told.
Yeah.
He's,
Yeah.
Good little boy.
Knows football.
yeah, but it's like you says, growing up then, like in 1990, like sort of
We
like,
weren't even born.
coming into your prime.
I've seen him.
Yeah, he played a lot longer. That was when he was like young and in
If I
midfield.
haven't watched him, how have you?
Because I watch him on YouTube. Not just highlights though, I watch his games.
What, in pixelated Minecraft characters?
It's not that fucking old.
When did he retire, Matthäus? Because he played
He played late.
late. He ended up centre half.
I've watched a bit, but not
I
enough
think
to.
almost like 2000-ish, wasn't it?
Yeah, I would have said round about that. I know he was still brilliant mine as a centre half, but he wasn't that driving energy.
Again, like his pick for me goes off what I've heard and seen
Yeah.
clips here and there.
Yeah,
German
it's
teams
different.
is-
Yeah, yeah. For me, the first one, now you named Zidane, the first one would be Matthäus for me. But obviously,
right,
like I
right.
said, that was my absolutely.
That's what Stan was to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He just trumps them all. He does for me. I just can't think of anybody else near.
I nearly forgot myself. I'd have killed myself. I'd have forgot
Modric. It's
Matthäus.
just ridiculous.
I can't believe that one. You lot honestly don't know football. I'm leaving Bristol United.
Thank God for that.
I'm joining Steinwith.
Didn't know about as much about football as you, I think.
Honestly, I just can't get over him.
Yeah, but we've given him.
I'm not saying he's not a great player. He is. He is in the
He's
top.
not on there,
He's
no.
one of them again for me that comes in the top 20. He's just not in.
Top 20. Oh, there's disgusting.
There's so many that
It's
can be.
disgusting.
There's so many that can be in this conversation.
Yeah.
You're talking about that one next small step.
That's what I
and
said.
he's
We
not
ain't even
got
gone
that.
down the likes of like when you were saying on
Gerrard,
Yeah,
Lampard,
you've
Scholes.
You're getting defensive midfielders. You've got Vieira,
Vieira.
Makelele, Busquets.
Again, another two, and I think whether they've seen your time, Edgar Davids and Clarence Seedorf.
Can't say
Brilliant players.
Makelele are actually
Brilliant
very
I
players.
tell you what, underrated midfielder, De Rossi.
Yeah, good. Yeah, he was good.
If you're talking defensive midfielders as well.
Clarence Seedorf. What a
Yeah,
player.
a little bit
What a
so.
player he was.
I tell you, the Cameron
Edgar
player
Davids
never
was
really
a
made it and won't never get near these talks, but he's a great player, Alonso.
Yeah,
Not
he's a very good player. Very good.
He's not
I think he's favourite to take over Tottenham, isn't he?
like he's a couple of levels below these, and I think Modric, he's better. Modric is better than Alonso. Don't get me wrong, but I think Modric is
Yeah,
that level
he was
below Zidane.
he was class A for me, Alonso. We had that
I
game.
remember when
to
Liverpool
sum
were going
up
to sell
that.
him for Gareth Barry.
No.
It was a very, very sad day for Liverpool.
Yeah, he had that. What? Who did he leave Liverpool for?
Madrid.
Real Madrid, and then he went to Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Like, you don't play for clubs like that without being top notch.
And I think he'd have been one of the first on the team sheet at every one of those clubs.
Right, he needs to start
Yeah,
picking.
Zidane's got to be one. He's got to be in there.
But again, it's opinionated.
Well,
That's
his
my
opinion.
opinion.
I'm
so
gonna
it is.
start writing in. My first one I'm writing in
Iniesta.
is Iniesta.
Oh, he's in one.
So, and yeah.
So if Iniesta, I can't even say his name, Iniesta's in, then we're go for me. Zidane, I'm not going to argue with that. He's in there. He's a legend.
Where are you putting him?
Legend.
It don't matter.
Anywhere in that
He's
three.
like a midfield three. I think you go Iniesta.
I don't want to
Iniesta, Zidane.
You ain't got a clue about football, mate.
No, he's very good.
God, that word.
No, like he is world
Very
class,
good.
but he's just.
Yeah, Zidane was alright. He was alright.
One of the best ever.
No, he's one of the best at manipulating.
yeah, but
the
it's-
ball,
it's
you
your
know, the
opinion
body
of what-
things and all that. But he ain't a footballer like Iniesta. or
I
Modric.
know
No, he ain't.
Oh
I don't
my
care.
God.
I don't care.
Yeah, but you're
You're
going to
going to
get.
get absolutely
God.
rinsed on
I know
YouTube.
my midfielder now. Who I'm going to pick ain't going to get him because of and
We
he
not
gets in
knowing
over
him.
Ediday, and which is Matthias. But he ain't going to get him because he's a little bit older and they ain't seen him. But
This must be the thing. Obviously, I've got quite a good few years on Bill, and he obviously hasn't seen Zidane, and he's grew up watching Modric when he was. He's obviously grew up watching Modric as a Tottenham fan, and then he skipped 15 years and watched these really old players that no one knows.
Yeah,
So he must have had like a 15-year gap of not watching people play football.
yeah. I can't really retire, so I just can't.
no, and I understand.
I can't.
you ain't
He
seen
might have
him.
been better than them all,
it's-
but
Yeah.
Yeah.
obviously
Like,
in Bill's
When I
first
says
15-year gap, he's seen
Zidane's
him a lot.
very good.
He was like,
he's
for me,
obviously
he was
world
like-
class and he deserves to be in this argument. But like,
It's not even an
actual
argument
football,
with it.
like playing football, none of like
What are we
body
talking
things and all that. I think Modric is better.
You thought Zidane just ran round body thing then?
No, obviously not, you dick.
So what did he do?
I think Modric is better.
That's fine. That's
It's not funny,
Like,
John.
it's
It is
not
not
funny,
funny.
you know.
Yeah, but you
That
got.
is just not funny.
It is. Iniesta's definitely better than Zidane at football. Don't care.
Well, I agree with you. That's what I
End
agree
of.
with. I agree with you.
Yeah, we're talking about Modric.
You said
Yeah,
Modric.
I know.
You just said Iniesta.
But you just said Iniesta.
Yeah, but it's the beauty of the game of opinions. I'm the same with Dave when how they can't see Thiago Silva, but they can't. That's up to them.
It's so fucking thick as well.
Yeah, but you can't attack people for having things.
honestly.
Ash might think the same of us. We haven't said John
No,
Terry.
but you know what? I wouldn't be as mad if they didn't fucking laugh at me.
I've got to laugh at it. It's
No, it's
ridiculous.
not.
No, it's not.
This is a podcast about football. It is not a comedian show.
It
You need to
is
stop with these jokes,
insane. I cannot believe it.
I can't.
We've got one more
We
to
got
go.
one more, and it ain't
For
Modric.
me,
I
I'd have
think
Matthias, but chucking Matthias out
I'm having
because of that
Matthias.
thing, I'd have Xavi. Me. Oh, I'd have Xavi over Pirlo.
The only reason
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't have Xavi over Pirlo is because he done it with Iniesta at the same time, and Iniesta's better. Iniesta's better than Xavi.
He was more direct, where Xavi was like
A dictator.
He was a genius.
Was he more
Yeah,
of a
but-
genius than
but-
Pirlo?
Yeah, that's what. If you want
I
a
think
dictator,
so.
if you want a dictator, you pick Pirlo.
No, I think Xavi.
either.
I'm Pirlo's biggest fan. He's one of my favourite all-time players, Pirlo. But I think Xavi just had that bit more than Pirlo. Again, sign you one of these players, I don't give a fuck who you're picking. But for me, if I had to, I would push for Xavi.
Jack, in the top 10, are we missing anybody else we haven't said?
You've said everyone in the top 10.
But I just want a little asterisk and a caveat. My original choice would have been Matthias for our older viewers, if there is any.
Oh, I think I've heard how good he was.
Yeah, for me, he was like the Gerrard type player, but I'm no disrespect to Gerrard, 100 times better. I
Can't be 100 times.
No,
better.
you
Not stepping.
Yeah, no, you asked your dad. He was like,
Fuck this.
he was.
My dad's about as clueless about football as Bill.
All right, ask your dad. Your dad I don't think, and bearing in mind West Germany, that comes from a time that like we hated him, but you just had to sit back and
Say he's great.
He was so good, so good.
I'm out of Modric.
Like for me,
Who was having Modric, Bill? No one.
So I think
Not one comment on YouTube would have Modric.
Dan's got Modric.
Dan's starting to say nothing.
Dan's got Modric. So it's David.
you are voting with Dan.
I did write down.
He knows ball.
Yeah, clearly.
I did have Xavi as well. There's a
I'd accept that
Yeah.
because he's also better than Zidane.
Yeah. I didn't say that. I did
No,
have
Xavi's
I did
not-
have Big for a day.
we got one more place. So we got Zidane and Iniesta. So I will go, my final one. I will go Xavi. And it's
got
up
Xavi
to
right
you.
now. So.
Well, you've got Modric, so forget his vote.
So he's
Scribble
out.
me off.
Yep.
No one else is voting either.
So you're
God, Pirlo or Xavi. I could take either.
It's one of those, isn't it? Just
Like mine, I don't want to be the guy who
Yeah.
sits there and goes against the grain.
I know.
I feel Pirlo because I've watched him.
Yeah, but you
so-
got to go with who you think. Like, ain't no good just to get somebody in there. If you genuinely think Pirlo, you got to go Pirlo.
I don't even care if I get outvoted,
I'm going
but
Pirlo. I'm going Pirlo.
So Xavi or Pirlo.
I mean both of them walk in any team.
I
So
think.
just to speed up the process, I'm going.
Why don't you do go Pirlo?
I'm
and we
going
could do
Xavi.
a rock paper
No,
scissors
you got-
to see who gets in.
No,
No, it'll either be Xavi or
Do you
Pirlo.
know, generally, what I think it might be is like when you
You
watch,
voted Xavi.
when you
It's
watch
done.
Barcelona,
All right, Xavi then.
I'll leave my vote as it could have been either.
when you
I'm gonna
watch
play
Barcelona, you got all the team, haven't you? When you used to watch.
Yeah.
You did with
Ah,
Pirlo,
especially
mine,
later,
that
it was
great
just
Italian team. And
Yeah, but
Yeah.
when you watch him later on from the lad, it was Pirlo, wasn't it? He ran the show for him.
Pirlo, one of the best games. Who did he play for? And it was Juventus, wasn't it? Yeah, and he could only manage at half. And it was a Champions League game against another Italian side. And for the first half of football, it's probably the best 45 I've ever seen from a player. He absolutely fucking ran it. I can't even remember who they played. And when you're watching somebody at that age, and he was just like, "Fuck, this bloke's unreal."
I remember watching him against England doing it.
Yeah, he was.
Well at the tail end of his career. And still
He's why I haven't voted for him, but he's one of my favourite players.
He
Very
didn't,
clever.
but everyone thought he scored, didn't
I like clever players.
So
actually
Xavi,
was,
so Xavi's in.
Xavi's in. Zidane, Iniesta, Xavi.
Yeah.
You can't argue with that, really, can you?
I mean, you could put a few others in, but I don't.
Scribble Modric out.
No.
Fucking
We've got 3 attackers.
Right, what are we going? Left wing or right wing first?
Go
he?
left.
Right wing.
Go right wing. It's messy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
It's
a minute.
messy.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute.
It's messy.
Debatable, is it?
You might as well
Can't
right
see
wing and
George
left
Best.
wing's done. You might as well put Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo. Done.
If you say
Fuck
George
the
Best,
Cristiano
then I'd say-
Ronaldo. He got fucked right off.
No.
Well, I'm just gonna put only a little fucking George Best was fucking one, but don't be just writing Messi on my behalf. You all vote Messi, yeah.
Modric is better than
It's
George
got to be
Best.
Messi.
He might be. No, he's not there.
Silly cunt. Modric don't even make our Bristol United side.
Yeah,
I mean,
fucking
it's based on what we've seen as people.
Yeah.
I don't
Left
watch
wing,
him
right
do
wing.
Right wing's Messi, isn't it?
Yes.
I think so, yeah. I agree.
He is.
There's honourable mentions we could run through and make the podcast last another hour, but
David Beckham.
I don't. Do you know what? I think
we just have to stop for 2 seconds. We've just had David Beckham
Yeah.
mentioned in the right wing spot.
Right mid, right wing.
But then, hang on, whoa, fucking whoa, awesome, innit? Let's woe back.
That's a later podcast.
Because I'm putting a player out there, and his word he wants in the play is Maradona. Because Maradona wasn't a striker,
No.
out and out striker. So if you're dropping him in midfield, one of these got to fucking budge over from Maradona.
Hold on.
The greatest player ever.
One
Ever.
Ballon d'Or. But all I'm saying, if he's putting
According to
fucking
Maradona, won a World
if
fucking
he's
cup.
putting David Beckham up for an option as right winger, and I gets fucking laughed at for Modric.
Yeah, but but don't cry. We'll all laugh at him if he. I ain't heard him say David Beckham.
I just did.
He,
Did you say David Beckham?
yeah, but he was probably joking.
Yeah, but you're not joking.
But we will have a podcast on the David Beckham subject.
Yeah, the David Beckham.
Yeah, we could, yeah. But I got to just what was back because where are we putting Maradona if he's not striker? Because technically
You know
you're
what
playing
it
a
rolls
wrong
back to?
formation.
For me, it rolls back to eras again.
Yeah.
Because other people would say Maradona's not the greatest ever, it's Pele.
Yeah.
And I can't say Pele. It's just...
No, I can't. I mean, I think we've all seen enough
From-
of Peleg's footage, but Maradona's for me the best player in the world ever.
But from what I've seen and what I know of Maradona, he's like Messi, isn't he? But Messi got the goals.
I think with Maradona, I
else.
think we could. Like, I know you shouldn't be able to, but I think you could put him anywhere. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, but I can't submit
in
my
attack,
11
attack,
without
not midfield.
Maradona.
If you want Maradona in the team, I think Xavi wants.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I can't have my. I'm not artsy,
No, I
but
would
my
put
team.
Maradona
I can't.
striker.
Well, you could
I
do,
know,
but
I know he didn't play a striker, but he's more of a striker than a centre mid.
yeah, but no,
No,
he's not a striker.
He's one of
no.
those players
He's not a
that can play
striker.
anywhere,
Not a centre
isn't he?
mid, is he?
But if you play
Well, no,
that
but he
role,
ain't. But
if you play striker role, he's not the same player.
if we're playing 4-4-2,
No, but he would drop-
you would have him up
play
front
striker, wouldn't
in
he?
one of the two
Striker in the
Maradona
team.
because he's down.
Still got Maradona.
Or if you still got Messi,
Yeah.
Got both.
then you balance to your team bad.
That's what I said. I mean,
Still got fucking.
is the formation what's doing it? Because like if you
need
had
to let go.
4-4-2, you could equally name this one of the two as Maradona because he would be floating between that fucking striker position and all up here. It's one of the
Why
two.
don't we have striker / centre forward?
No, it can be that.
Well, you can do, but then you're leaving out probably a world striker. What? If you, how could you leave out Pele?
Oh yeah, there's more to name. No.
How can you leave out Arnold
That's
Ronaldo
not-
for 5 years?
That's what I'm saying. There's a few more. So for me,
I think
I just can't. I'm on camera. I can't fucking submit my 11 without Maradona being
Anyway.
somewhere.
Yeah, how can
No one's gonna
Maradona
watch it
not be mentioned?
That's what I'm on about.
It's
He got to be in there.
ridiculous.
I can't have Xavi. I love Xavi, but I can't have him in there.
I
over
think
I've got to
Maradona.
say, he's mentioned because of. Like, it's stupid, not hearsay, because it's not hearsay, but it is because I've not watched
You see not
100
your
games.
timeline of Maradona?
No,
I can't really remember.
When was you born?
89.
94.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I was gonna say, well, you remember the 1990 World Cup? Surely.
Faisal.
The
Of
fucking
what?
I'm not even alive, mate.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I didn't.
That's
know,
depressing.
I didn't play it. Like,
That was what I was gonna say. But surely you can remember the 1990 World Cup. There was one, and he wasn't fucking born.
none of these.
But I got to have Maradona for me. You knows we've had this argument. I fucking love.
I'm
Messi.
happy for you to put him in, but I think under Xavi.
I just got to have it. I can't do the podcast without my opinion of Maradona.
I
Gotta
think he's
be
going to
there.
go down as more of an attacker than a midfielder myself.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think you could play him centre mid.
Well, all right, fuck it. Well, I'm gonna stick the cunt left wing then. I ain't fucking not naming Maradona. Oh, you could all override me, but for my own.
So we're
sanity-
agreed on right wings, done.
Messi,
Yeah,
Yeah,
It is
Messi.
Messi.
Messi, I agree.
Left wing.
Left wing, Ryan Giggs.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
No chance. Not for me.
So,
Not for me.
Sterling.
Not for me. For a goal scorer, he's a brilliant goal scorer, but no, I can't
One
have
of the
him in
two greatest goal scorers the game's ever had.
I mean, I
That's
hate
the
him.
thing.
Big game
And that's the thing,
player.
he ain't actually that fun to watch.
Big game player.
I would rather watch Ronaldinho than Ronaldo,
Same.
but
I'd rather watch
It's
Thierry
like
Henry than
thousands of
Cristiano
goals.
Ronaldo,
It's
but
just
where he's done it, well, the amount
how
he's
do you go
scored.
against like 800
But-
goals?
Unlimited
That's the
money,
thing.
unlimited picks, two players to
Oh.
win you a Champions League. You're picking Messi and Ronaldo, aren't you?
No.
For our era, probably.
For your era, I'm telling you now, and it is. I mean, you're talking it is semantics because it's era, like in eras eras of stuff. Fucking Maradona could do anything what these fuckers could do up here.
I got no
You could say with Messi, perhaps not, because I think there's a legitimate is Messi better than Maradona. You always had when Maradona won the World Cup single fucking handed in '86. Watched it, but now Messi won a World Cup, so I could understand that. but I ain't having fucking Cristiano Ronaldo over Maradona because it's not for me anyway. It's not even fucking close. And I know the goals. You got to go with the stats. Maradona scored this.
Stats don't lie.
Well, where's this World Cup?
Though.
I mean, if you're going off stats only, right? Lampard's in the midfield.
Go off just stats, can you? That's.
But Ronaldo for.
But
Don't get me wrong. When you think of Ronaldo of like the past 4 years, isn't it?
Yeah.
But come on.
Yeah, oh, you did great goal scorer. I can't stand him, but great goal scorer.
I can't
But there's
stand
some of
him.
these players on here like whatever, but I can't.
Like, if I based it off a couple of seasons, I heavily would talk about Ronaldinho.
But it's
he
like-
was a crazy
Oh,
good
you've
player.
got to mention Ronaldinho.
Hearing me out. No,
He
yeah.
was magic, wasn't he?
I've never watched Ronaldo and went, God, he fucking destroyed that side there.
Yeah, I don't think you do. He scores the goals and wins the games,
Yeah.
but
I don't know, I seen him score
No,
a few.
but
I think, oh my god.
yeah, but the same thing, right?
Amazing goals, but like.
What I'd ask you with the goals.
Watching Neymar absolutely
Well, I think he's
batter
like
assault.
held up by ropes when he heads. And
Yeah,
he just sits there for 17 seconds before he decides to dominate the other 6'5" centre back.
For our striker, right, and I'm assuming, because I'm not going away from our left wing, none of us going to say Pele because we didn't see him live, so chucking him out. If Peter Crouch scored 600 goals, would you name him as your striker? Double the amount of R9.
No,
But he scored double the amount of R9. Would you pick Peter Crouch over R9? You wouldn't. And that's for that reason, Ronaldo do not fucking get in over the likes of Maradona for me. Just based on stat. And if you want to go stats, you can say, well,
Yeah, but it's
where's
I think it's-
Ronaldo's World Cup?
I think
Yeah, but I think a lot of
I think
stats get
saying-
compared when you're like, oh, but he scored 20 and he only gets 5. But like, this is another level of
Yeah.
stat. That is no
And
fluke.
I would usually say go against the stats, but when the stats is fucking
That
over
ridiculous.
1,000 goal contributions, you kind of got to look at it.
And saying that picking Ronaldo is just stats is ours.
No, it is ours. No, and I don't mean that as in
Yeah.
ours, but he ain't. You all sit here for the next billion years. I've seen Ronaldo and I've seen Maradona, and it's like a fucking championship versus a Premier player. There is not even a. It's not even close for me. Yeah, and you're on side. Obviously, you all got your own opinions, but my opinion, you're talking the greatest player ever, or arguably in the top 3. And if you says top 3, people says now Messi, Maradona, and Pele. Ronaldo don't get chucked in with that.
I think he's
I think
he's in the top 5. I do.
Yeah, but top 3.
I think he's argued to be in it
You'd
too.
get
I do.
people
man.
arguing for. I think you'd still get people arguing for Ronaldo to be the best player of all time.
Yeah, but they'd be fucking wrong.
Yeah,
It's not necessarily.
Well, they would be wrong when you got fucking Pele, Messi, and Maradona there. Oh, you can see I'm passionate about it, and I may get overvoted, and I'll go with
I'm
the vote.
saying Cristiano Ronaldo left wing.
I just put Modric left wing.
Bill, you don't make the bench, pal.
I'm not letting No, it's hard.
There's a big argument, and he ain't. I don't think he makes the world 11, but Henri might.
Well, again,
God, he was good.
world class.
I mean,
But it's like,
he's
do you know what I mean?
definitely in
Would
the
rather
Premier
watch
For me-
Henry than Ronaldo.
I would rather watch
And
Henri
I'd
than Ronaldo.
have Henri over Ronaldo any day.
Like he
any
makes
day.
he makes the Premier level instantly for almost anyone,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he doesn't really even get a mention for the World 11. I mean, come on, he is up there.
Yeah, I agree. I
He's
agree. I'm not
definitely,
arguing.
definitely up there. I mean, but he's not quite in the World 11, is he?
I'd have him over Ronaldo.
I don't think I can. And I watched a lot of Henri. He was my era as well, but Ronaldo
Yeah.
was more my era. And I mean, like,
Well, you've always got the
United,
option
I
of
don't
putting
like Real
Ronaldo
Madrid.
striker as well, boys.
I know, I was already thinking
Which
that.
a majority of his goals.
But I can't because there's someone.
Yeah,
I mean, the stats
I've
again,
got- I've
but
got
there's
a
someone
striker.
I can't not
I've
pick
got a
for me.
striker.
Yeah, but
Yours is going to be different.
we're not
'cause
going to
of
say
your-
that. But like Harry Kane or Ronaldo as a striker, like you've got to be sensible, Ash.
If they two's gonna pick it,
I tried to keep a straight face then, Mike. I really tried to start that out then, but I just couldn't. I'm going down, even and
I'm picking Cristiano Ronaldo.
I'm picking Maradona. He wasn't a fucking left winger, Maradona, so I knows that. But
What's that?
Ronaldo wasn't necessarily a left winger, was he?
no, but
he's
Ronaldo
not
played
where
there.
they
But
We're treating it as attackers though, really.
Yeah.
He started it right mid.
Yeah, but then
Yeah, if you
He
were
ain't
say,
got
if you
any
was
position.
when he
if
got
you were
like
saying attackers.
legendary is left wing striker.
Yeah, but you've got to bear in mind he's been a very good player in multiple positions. It's not
Yeah.
just he could play
And
cam or he could just play
Yeah.
centre forward. He could be your striker. He could be your left wing, your right mid, your left mid. I mean, he couldn't tackle to save his life. He nowhere near aggressive enough. But
No, but I don't think he's just not a very good footballer. If you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. But he is because you don't score.
Yeah.
If you're not,
No.
like this is
think,
going back
honestly,
to what's the objective of football?
Yeah.
Now? Is it to pass and dribble? Or
Yeah,
is it to score a goal?
Like, as in playing the game of football, like taking goals out of it, you would still have Messi as probably the GOAT.
So
What?
did you enjoy watching Barcelona with Iniesta and Xavi, or was it very boring football?
I enjoyed it.
I thought it was very boring. They
Like,
were
I
very
enjoyed
I
boring.
love that.
teams.
And do you know another thing? And again, right, I don't hear. I preferred Barcelona under Luis Enrique than Guardiola, even though Guardiola's the GOAT.
Dominant. Yeah.
Because Luis Enrique played with a bit of faster tempo for me.
Well, it's like
I
watching
thought-
Man City
yeah.
now, they're boring.
I thought they was brilliant under Guardiola, but better with Enrique. I thought they had a bit more direct, bit more pace. And I thought, for me, that was probably the greatest side of all time.
I suppose it depends on what you like when you're watching football. I like
Man City,
tiki-taka, I like
what you
all
just
that,
said,
but
Man City sometimes bores me a little bit. And I noticed people are laughing at this. I'd rather watch Brighton sometimes, because Brighton's like, fucking bang, get up there. Man City, that 300 passes and they've only gone 10 yards. For me, it could get a bit boring. They're brilliant at it.
I do like watching Man City. I like watching the dominance.
But I'm not a Liverpool fan. I don't really like Liverpool, but I like when they
They're
won the
playing
league.
their flair,
They was
yeah.
fucking fast and attacking. I prefer to watch that in football, where it's a bit fucking fast and
the
furious.
bit I
than
enjoy though
Continentals knocking
like
sideways.
Brighton, they're doing fantastic. They beat every side this season, bar Man City and Arsenal, I think. But when they plays Man City, they do not even get the ball.
No, they
And that's
don't.
what
Yeah,
I
but
enjoyed
and
about
Man
it.
City is because they're next level, and arguably the greatest team ever. I don't think they are, but
they're one off.
they got their own unique way and could have 85%.
Haaland's made them
possession.
a bit more bearable for me.
Yeah.
I mean, the past 3-4 years, alright, they've won the leagues and Liverpool haven't, but Liverpool's been far better.
I don't
to
get
watch.
fucked up with watching them, but sometimes I'm just a bit.
I could almost,
come on.
I almost
bad
sit with
thing
my
about
iPad while they're on,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
that again. I'll look in
Yeah.
20
The
minutes and
only
they still
bad
got
thing
the
is
ball.
Yeah.
Everyone knows the result before the game's even played.
To a certain degree, there is some shot results.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean that's like
When they goes and plays
Few
that
and far
quick
between.
football, they're magnificent, but sometimes it's just a little bit like, come on.
Well, but a great game has always been for the past 5 years now, Liverpool Man City,
Yeah.
because they're one of the few that
Do you know
actually
what's a
go
good
above.
fixture is Tottenham and Man City?
Yeah.
They I don't know why.
Tottenham got all on Man City most of the time.
Yeah.
I fuck those
It's
one.
so weird.
Back to left wing.
Yeah, but I can't look about so
Well, I've gone Maradona definitely as an attacker, not left winger. But
Well, do you know you're a mention as a winger? Figo.
no, I just want to
great, good
He's up
player,
there.
good
Last
player.
two positions.
He's up there.
No,
Um,
you don't.
well, you know, it's all about movement.
What? But you got to put him in the conversation. If you're talking about some of the
Yeah, good
best
player.
right wingers ever.
Who?
Oh, right wingers, no.
You've got to put him in the
No.
conversation.
He's nowhere near like the Messi, and he's just nowhere near. He's not
No,
even
but
near
like,
Ronaldo level. He's
You
just
could, I think
No,
you
he
could
wouldn't
generally
get in
just
the
watch
team,
like
but-
a 10-minute video of George Best and realise he's better than Figo.
Figo was good, man. He's world class status,
Yeah.
but he's not that
Yeah.
step of world class.
No,
to
he's just
that.
unlucky with Messi.
It's just so
just-
No one's going to trumpet.
That's what I said.
But
He's
left
what do you
wing.
do?
I've got to go Cristiano Ronaldo. I just
Maradona.
don't think you
I
could-
cannot live in a world with fucking Maradona laying in the
I
11.
can't believe I'm sat here with you, man, going, yeah, Ash, you're right, but I got to, man. It has got to be Ronaldo.
That's the thing. Like logically, I got to pick Ronaldo, but I just don't want to. for
I've
some
got
reason.
him. I'm going with him
I
too.
don't even have a replacement for him, but
You just don't want to pick him.
yeah.
I'm a
because
bit
it's
like
just-
it, but he has got to go in it for me. He's in it. He's in mine. Who's your left wing, Dad?
Is
Oh no, Leroy Sané or something.
Look who's written down.
Do you know who his original pick was?
Yeah.
Mbappe.
Oh my god!
It was, yeah.
God, oh my god. Anyway, that's your opinion, Dan.
Yeah.
So you
so
picking left wing?
So-
Ronaldo.
Wait, that's just after he's scribbling out Gareth Bell.
Yeah.
Gareth Bell is a very great player. He's just not these people's levels.
No.
I mean, he is great, man. On his day, he could beat a team single-handedly,
can't
fast.
believe
I
it.
mean, he is very, very good, but he can't beat him. world 11, just nowhere near.
I can't believe we're losing a world Maradona lane in the fucking starting 11.
It's just an error thing, John. I can't. Jack, take out of that one.
It's connected to my laptop.
That's stupid.
Maradona.
No, but in my side now, because obviously we're moving on to the strikers. I know.
Well, who did you pick? You ain't named your left one.
Ronaldo. Yeah, but Dan named him anyway, so he's in.
Yes, I just wanted to know your opinion.
So just,
Your opinion
just to
matters.
confirm, John, Maradona's in yours, but you don't make ours.
Yeah, Maradona.
No,
fucking
but
Maradona.
I'll
Maradona.
striker then.
Maradona.
I have a feeling I know who everyone's going to pick.
I know they're going to pick me.
But
You didn't do it for long enough for me.
I was going to have Maradona as my striker.
I can't.
What
I know
strikers?
he's not going to get it. I think the obvious one, I'll say.
I mean, let's just say mention we're not
That's great.
Pele, because just in case
Yeah,
they think we
I
don't
know.
mention Pele, the only reason we're not mentioning Pele is it's not.
in there.
You mentioned Pele.
Yeah, so Pele got
see it,
honourable
didn't
mention, but we're not having him because of
Yeah.
the age. I mean, R9 is
I thought he was
a great
class.
striker.
Did he do it long enough?
I mean,
I
it's
think what he-
unfortunate because of
Injuries.
Yeah, but I think what he did enough.
It's because
The-
I've seen it.
Yeah, the big thing for R9, he come back after that, the two bad injuries and won the World Cup, that he won the Golden Ball.
He could do
Like,
that.
that's a big one.
And
That's
then
a
you
big
got to
one.
think he goes to Old Trafford and scores a hat trick and gets a standing.
Oh, do you know how
ovation.
Messi
Oh.
controls a game from right wing, yeah, but he don't play right wing when he's doing
No,
it.
no.
Right? He could be a centre mid, he could be your striker, your cam, your centre forward. He can do it all everywhere across the pitch, and you had the free room to do that. Like R9 Ronaldo done that, playing from striker, and he was
Yeah.
just a striker,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
people were so fearful of him.
We had it all, but especially pre-injury. I mean, he's like a little bull, wasn't he? Pace, power.
He didn't look like he could play the way he did he?
So tricky, quick feet, finish with his head. left
So in
foot,
his
right
prime,
foot.
how does he compare to what you've seen of Maradona?
Different players.
I get that.
Different players.
So impact on the game.
Is a striker. I would pick R9 if I had to have because Maradona could have played striker.
Yeah, of course.
He, like Messi could play striker there, not, but he could.
They're just more
But,
impactful somewhere
yeah,
else.
R9 was just at it all. He was just frightening.
Strong,
Yeah,
fast,
absolutely
skillful,
frightening.
powerful.
I don't know how
Everything.
like even Messi, Maradona. There's no game plan to mark them because they're so tricky. But it's just with R9, I mean, if he's skilled, it'd be his fucking power and pace did. He was just unstoppable. But I don't think you saw the best of him. Even though he was brilliant,
Didn't even hit
he
prime
was
or nothing.
yeah,
did
it
he?
was 18 months.
You got to
was
bear
it?
in mind, people do it primes at different ages.
Yeah.
like
That could have been his prime.
Michael Owen's prime was when he was.
Dele Alli.
Yeah.
He was gonna be a great midfielder. If he stayed the way he was in 15 years, you're talking about him.
I had a big argument with my brother, same thing. He said,
You're talking
"It's a
about
joke,"
it.
but I said, I think he was going to go on to be a great in the game.
But you're obviously Tottenham fans. I'm not a Tottenham fan. I wanted Dele Alli at Liverpool. He was.
I thought he had all the potential, Dele Alli.
I mean, he done it for what, 2 years and
2-3
fell apart.
years, and then he was.
I mean, there's some great strikers at that game. As you got like Klosers, Klinsmans,
I like Van Basten.
Henri
Van
can play up
Basten.
front.
Henri.
Yeah, it's hard,
Not
'cause
so much
all the ones
Rudollet as a
remaining
striker, but
just don't
because he
get it
played,
very
he started
much.
dropping back, Rudollet. But he started as a striker in '88.
We're
Van
going to get
Basten.
butchered for him not being even talked about in this one.
Yeah,
Oh, hold up.
Yeah.
that's what I said. You could have happened as your striker, as your centre mid, or even centre back.
Yeah, a bit more
No, he fucking Rudollet was good, man.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Do you not play FIFA?
Anyway, we're on about the strikers.
Do you not
man.
play FIFA?
Yeah, I do.
Have you seen his stats?
I forgot.
One of my favourites, Jurgen Klinsmann. I hated him as a German, but great.
Bill, half my
striker.
perception of players is related to FIFA stats.
Yeah, do you know what? I thought, like, and I was glad I said it quiet, but when Jack said Zanetti, I went, yeah, played right back, left back, as CDM.
I only know that
I've
'cause
never
I
watched him play with.
You know it because of FIFA, don't you? The amount I know about players because of FIFA.
I need to start playing FIFA.
And football.
Yeah.
Oh, you know you do play it?
Yeah, well.
Anyway, striker.
It's R9. I don't think any of us are going to sit and argue against that. We can drag it out for an hour, but in realistic terms, it is R9.
In our era, or modern era, yeah, I think.
The past 30 years or 40 years.
Who would you have
it's like a nice-
second then? Just for.
There's a few, and it's ridiculous to say he's going to disagree, but Harry Kane's up there with him, Lewandowski's up there with him. I mean, to say Benzema, to say they're not.
Van Basten was one of the best ones. I think
My God.
Van Basten.
I've got to mention Henry as a striker.
Suarez don't get talked about in these sort of conversations when he was.
I seen this stats the other day, it's like 500 goals, like 200 assists.
It's a joke.
And you don't speak about him because of Messi and Ronaldo.
Yeah.
And it's just.
Well, if he's not in that era of those two,
they've ruined the game, really, Messi and Ronaldo. If they had scored like 250 goals, you could still appreciate them, say, and argue they best one or two. But they've just ruined football for every fucking player ever been, and probably will be for the next 30 years.
When you think
because
like,
you just compare them.
do you reckon Haaland's going to get to their level?
No, but that's what I said. Haaland, say he finishes on 600 goals now.
so.
Like, that's phenomenal. If you
so
say
hard.
well, Messi scores
Is he
90.
just as impactful in a game as Ronaldo?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think if not more.
I do. I agree. I think Mbappe is more than Ronaldo.
I don't think Mbappe, because he's not proven in it at other places yet, and if he stays at PSG, alright, World Cup he was great, I'm not going to deny it.
I think you're always going to throw that at him with the PSG because of the standard of their league. I think he will do it in other leagues, but until they do,
and I think that's what goes with these people who have the Messi, Ronaldo arguments.
Yeah,
that's where that one comes from. You've done it in one league.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, on with the Messi argument, I am. But
there's always some you could chuck out like that.
And now everyone's like, oh, he won the World Cup,
Messi,
but he didn't win it in his prime. He wasn't the drag through. I mean, the whole team sort of dragged it through. It wasn't Messi.
And those who can remember Botcast again, that's why Maradona, 86. You can't win a World Cup on your own, but fucking Maradona did.
Yeah.
They had a bang average side.
The thing is, I think Mbappe can as well win it by
I
himself.
think so.
Yeah, he kind of did in that final. They were shit, weren't they?
And
then
he did.
I thought Mbappe was shit for
everyone
60
hates
minutes, and then he
about
just
it,
went banging.
I kind of liked it. It's his arrogance.
No,
No, because like it got to a point in that game where he just thought, "Fuck this."
Yeah,
and
I
then he
liked
just
that
almost
kind of
won it
arrogance,
for
but
himself.
then you
But
got
I think
the
he's got
other-
the bad arrogance too.
Yeah,
That's the part
like
that spoils him.
Henry had it perfect, didn't he?
Yeah.
He had the arrogance on the pitch and not off.
Yeah.
Like
he did.
Ronaldo.
Yeah, Ronaldo's true, man. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, they
That's
just
what
if they don't know what it's like.
All
well,
the
fuck
greats
all,
had that
fucking
bit of arrogance too, didn't they?
Yeah, but I don't think
not
any of these greats
but
here
at some point,
had the arrogance of bad arrogance. I don't think they had it, none of them.
No.
Not the Mbappe bad arrogance. I
No.
don't think any of them got it.
No, because you normally see it. Normally fucks them up somewhere along the line.
I think it was Mbappe.
That they start believing, and I think the moment you think you're too good as you feel, then you start going down a slippery
That's the
route.
thing. He's good enough to get away with it for his whole career, I think.
If he stays
But
at that
because
level.
of it, he won't reach Messi and Ronaldo level. So I think
But
it'd be
Haaland
his
hasn't got
downfall. No, but he's got that. He has kind of got an arrogance.
Oh, he's arrogant, but he's not.
Yeah, they
he's
like
not
somebody.
a
is-
Not,
Yeah.
No, he's not.
He's not a knob, is he?
Mbappe, no.
Mbappe, you can kind of tell he's a knob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
know if I said
no.
it out or not, but he is a knob.
No, but I think Sam got a lawsuit tomorrow from fucking Mbappe.
Bring it. Come at me. Faster on one
R9 it is, isn't it?
Yeah, I think R9 is, but
I got a little
Did
bonus.
anybody else add any arguable mentions, or was it just me for the striker?
I think
said
honourable
Henry.
mention. You think you can have Van Basten in there?
I think
Yeah.
Van Basten, he was fantastic.
Yeah.
But then you got...
You don't even know who that is. Who did he play for?
I forgot
Nationality.
Van.
Virgil.
Van. Anybody with Van, they're normally
Do you know?
Dutch.
Don't laugh. What? If he could have kept his prime up and his form, do you know who would have been in this conversation?
Yeah.
Fernando Torres.
I liked him when he was at Liverpool.
I don't think he's hard.
No, but he
No, I
he
did
would
like
have
him,
kept
man.
that form
He would have
up, he would have
finished his
been in
career
this
like a
conversation.
Suarez, wouldn't
I liked
Suarez
him.
is higher than Torres.
Oh, I would have had Torres. I would have had
At his
Torres.
absolute best, at his
I watched
prime,
every Liverpool
Suarez,
game.
something else.
I did like. I know. I like
Liverpool
Torres.
game for the past 15 years. I haven't missed a game, and Suarez is above him. He is.
I'm not saying he's not, but
For me, I mean, you got to
Well,
think that I know they're both strikers, but
Like Torres had Gerrard.
yeah,
You take Gerrard away, Torres isn't the same player. And it's proven.
yeah.
It is proven he isn't the same player. He wasn't the same player at Atletico Madrid. He wasn't the same player at Chelsea. He never became the same player without Gerrard. Suarez done it without him. He didn't need. He didn't need anyone.
Granted,
He
did
was
go
the
from
one.
Gerald to fucking Messi, but
No, but like
Yeah,
he
I
didn't
think-
have
I
Gerrard
don't
in his
think
prime,
it
man. He had
matters,
Gerrard
yeah.
as he's getting to the tail end of his
like, he
career.
was still good at Atletico Madrid, I think.
Yeah.
Suarez, until the end when he couldn't really move. But,
Barca.
There's a few
yeah,
strikers.
Yeah, no, but he
Closer. We ain't
No,
said
he had a
closer.
season
Have
where
we?
he's good, and then
All
like,
time
it
you
happened to
said
Rooney, his legs
Did I?
went, and he
I know I said Klinsmann.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't
I mean,
have
he's still
closer.
trying
What was you about to say
for
about Klopp?
Europe quite recently.
World
wasn't
Cup,
he?
wasn't he? Up
Oh,
till
God, yeah.
he was the all-time World Cup scorer.
Anymore, is it?
No, that's what I said. Up till he just got took over by who took him over?
So he's the German
Thomas
Müller.
Muller, wasn't
No,
Was
it's
it
the other
No.
Müller.
it? No, Thomas Muller scored a lot of World Cup goals, man.
Yeah, closer was the most. But didn't somebody
Yeah,
just
no,
over?
Kloster's
I think
still there,
Thomas Muller overtook Klose.
No, I don't think he did.
I think
Have a
he
look.
did.
Somebody have a look.
He did.
Cut record. I'm pretty sure
overtook him
it's
last
Thomas
World Cup.
Right,
Muller.
I'll have a look.
No, he is a few behind. Klose has on like 16
I think
goals,
Thomas
isn't he?
Muller done it.
I don't know.
No, I don't think he did.
He was so close in the Brazil
Yeah,
World
it's
Cup.
no. Oh, that's that last time. I thought somebody overtook.
He will have it, I think.
Oh, it's no closer overtook R9. Closer's on 16. Ronaldo's on 15. Gerd Muller's on. Oh, Gerd Muller, my striker. He's on 14. Just Fontaine died the other day, didn't he? He scored 12 goals in one World Cup, I think. Stood a record. Lionel Messi. Yeah, I just seen Lionel. Lionel fucking Blair got 13 goals. Mbappe's on 12.
He's getting that, right?
Yeah, but he's got the benefit. He's in a great French team.
Yeah.
Whereas like poor little Haaland's going to be lucky to make a World Cup.
Yeah, obviously you got like George Best never played.
Who's the most English player with the top most World Cup goals?
Ooh, Gary
Gary
Lineker
Lineker.
scored a few.
Correct. 10.
Yeah,
Won the Golden Boot as well. in
He can't
1996.
fall behind, can he?
That's the
I know he very well,
11 done.
He did in the World Cup before, though, didn't he?
You could throw in a bonus conversation. Who's the best manager?
Pep Guardiola.
What in
I think that's the end of that.
World football.
World football's back.
I think so.
Ferguson's in with
Yeah, I
a
was gonna
chat,
say
but
Ferguson.
he's just not Pep. I'm sorry to say, he's just not.
Yeah.
Pep's done it
I
in
agree.
multiple countries. He changes whatever team he plays for. Changes the way they play his way.
I
That's
still
what
got-
they do.
Yeah.
They dominate.
But Fergie did it. He won the league with fucking Aberdeen in Scotland, man.
Yeah, but then I got what?
Gerrard did with Rangers. Didn't they come into a manager?
Yeah, but that's Rangers and Celtic. That's not Aberdeen.
The Rangers were bad when he took over.
Yeah.
It's not. It's
Yeah, no, I still know what you mean. But
I got one to
Aberdeen were
chuck
bad.
in
Come
there.
on, you can't.
I
Like,
want
like
Alex
let's go like Aberdeen, Man United, and made them both great. To like Pep's doing it, Barca, Real
Yeah, but
Madrid,
Barca were great
Man
before
City.
Pep got
No,
there.
but he turned them to another level again.
Bayern were great.
I could chuck one in there. Brian Clough. Yeah, well, I mean, for what he done, he took what would be a championship side now, bottom championship side, kept him up. Next year won the league. Next year won the Premier League, and then the next 2 years won the Champions League back to back, without
Have you
spending
never
money.
seen the Damned United film?
That's a film you've got to
That is
watch.
quality
Watch it.
film, man.
It's a new
Brian
film.
Clough.
Do you know Michael Sheen, that actor? He's in it. He takes part of Clough. It's just a good film to watch.
It's a good film.
But what he done, Clough, to win the Premier League with two sides from the Championship, but that Nottingham Forest side, he kept him up, took him up, won the Premier League, what would have been the Premier League, and then back-to-back Champions League.
Yeah.
My vote's still Pep.
Mine is too. Mine's Pep.
It's just lovely football. Isn't it weird though?
Actually,
he's got
I don't-
arguably the best side he ever got now, but he's might not win
The only
Champions League.
argument against Pep, you could say, and I'm not saying I'd say this, but you could say that is, well, he's got the money to buy the best players. But the only thing I throw against that is He definitely improves players.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
You could see it with his
100%.
existing players.
He knows
But
how to waste money, man.
he creates he's created like a different kind of football, and
Changed
something
it all,
about
mate.
the football is
spend
different.
that much at Barcelona and Bayern Munich.
Yeah, but those two teams already had
Granted.
the greatest teams.
Yeah.
Man City won quite like
And I
a
guess it
world
don't matter if you
best team.
signed anyone if you're.
And
And I
watching
know
Bayern
this
Munich.
sounds ridiculous,
Like,
but
if you know what I mean.
I'm confident that fucking Barcelona side, I could manage them to La Liga. When
Yeah.
you got Iniesta, Puyol,
Yeah.
Piqué, Messi,
Messi.
Busquets,
That's why
Xavi, Iniesta.
I
it's
think I'd have
fucking
Fergie.
I'd still go with Guardiola over
Guardiola was just
Fergie
sexy,
was
though, wasn't
a great
he?
manager.
Personally,
What,
the football.
the length of his
He slagged off Gerrard, that pissed me off.
Guardiola.
Then when he mentioned this there. Come on, Pat.
I'd go just Pep for, but that's
It's hard because I'm not a huge fan of his football. I mean, I'm to say I'm not a huge fan
I
of
think it's a good
but
shout for-
I don't like watching Pep's teams. I
For-
actually don't.
the thing with Fergie. He got what was that 20 years with one side
Yeah.
to constantly win for 20 years with one side. That's fucking.
Do
I
you know
think
what
that's
was
just
best?
as hard as doing it in 2 or 3 countries with
The greatest teams in the country.
he had the greatest teams in the country. Ain't so if he had a Leipzig and say fucking Sassuolo and then he took over.
And you look at the squad,
Bang,
he won his
Newcastle.
last Premier League with Fergie. He shouldn't have won that.
Yeah, but Man United, Fergie, it didn't happen very often, but he kept the fear factor there for
Yeah.
his whole time.
I feel
Like,
it's
this
hard
fear
to
factor
do
is
one
massive.
club.
If Pep leaves tomorrow,
Yeah,
people start
Yeah,
beating Man
no,
City.
yeah, I think so.
They can play the same football.
You don't look
Yeah.
at Man City the same way, do you?
No,
If Pep's not
Definitely
there.
not.
And I think you can see with the players, that's what I do like about Guardiola. You had it with Fergie and Wenger. The
Yeah.
players, they knows who the fucking boss is.
Yeah.
In a world where
it's
it's
because-
hard to control players.
Well,
around,
John Stones
fucking
don't
knows.
get in. Doesn't get in Alex
No.
Ferguson's team. He needs a great centre back. Whereas, like,
Yeah,
to say John Stones ain't a great centre back, it's actually stupid. He actually is.
yeah,
He's in the best team in world football currently, and he's in the team sheet every week,
yeah.
without a doubt. Carl Walker, like, he's brought up and laughed about. He's in the right back spot pretty much every week.
Yeah, but it's weird, isn't it, though? Because, like, how good he makes players. You don't. When he names fucking John Stones.
It
or
sounds
Nathan
ridiculous.
Ake, it's
Nathan
just
Ake,
stupid.
he's in a Bournemouth team that got relegated.
Yeah, but
He's
for
not a
us
lower
as well,
player.
and this is what you said, when we go sometimes as like massive Tottenham fans, you goes, do you know what? I might take Aaron Maguire from Man United because he would probably improve Spurs. When you go John Stones, Nathan Ake, we go,
Don't want
don't
that.
they're fucking centre halves of fucking
Domination.
champions. And because no, I didn't have John Stones.
Do you
But-
think Pep could make Tottenham win a trophy though, or sorry, lads?
No, I'll tell you what, and I think the quality of Pep with the players he got, and I think is such a bit. I've seen it in Clough, in Ferguson, in the likes of Kenny Dalglish when he managed Liverpool. They got all one thing in common: they're the absolute fucking boss.
Yeah.
And the players do not fucking stand out. If I don't care if you're up 1,000 goals, fuck about get
You're
out.
right.
And he'll build, he might have somebody, then he might have that on 300 goals. But I'll tell you what, he'll fucking play for me because, and you can see, that's what makes successful sides.
No, there's in control.
And I
of
think with-
everything as
with-
well, won't they?
Yeah, but
Ain't
with
like
Guardiola,
teams-
I think he takes
Yeah.
over Spurs. He ain't having Levy telling him,
No.
here's a £20
You
million
don't accept
championship player. He'd be like, this is all I want, get me him. And I think he'd win the league.
Don't
with
get me,
most
I'm
sides.
gone within the next 18 months.
Yeah. I just don't think, I think Pep would win with a lot of sides.
So we've got a manager. We've got the final team. Statman Jack, you want to read that team, mate?
I'd say let Dan do it, he's been quite
Go on, Dan, we want to hear you.
Alright, so we'll goalkeeper Buffon, left back Ashley Cole, Maldini your centre back with Cannavaro, right back Dani Alves, midfield three you've got Iniesta, Zidane, Modric.
No, you have not. Edit
Xavi,
that out.
So keep it in, because it's a good joke.
Ronaldo, Messi, and Ronaldo.
God, the Ronaldo one sounds weird.
It shouldn't be.